Hi guys. Surprise. It's not wine and chat time, I swear. We might do a wine and chat on Saturday, but I am getting a flood of questions. So I figured I would hop on for the next like 30 minutes or so and answer any questions that people might be having right now. Making sure you guys are all good and taken care of. And so you guys can ask anything you want. This is not wine and chat. I don't have a schedule of random topics or anything like that. It's just me hopping on to answer all y'all's questions because it's easier for me to answer your questions here where I'm sure you guys all have the same question. So one person asks, I feel like I'm probably going to answer like 20 questions instead of, each of your 20 individuals one at a time. So I apologize. I look a mess. Y'all, I got so stressed. We figured out how to release some extra seats in the very popular classes and even add an extra class. And so I was sitting there, I felt like I was trying to sign up for classes, but I was having anxiety. I was just sitting there, oh my God, is everybody get it or not? And so I apologize to anybody who can't get a seat. I am, we're working very hard and our teachers are so amazing and they're accommodating and they're trying to make room for everybody within limits. Most teachers are bringing assistants this year so that we can have more people in the classes and things like that. So again, you guys have any questions? I know there's a ton of them. And if I haven't answered you already on Facebook and you just typed one in the past like 15 minutes, which I have quite a few notifications, so I'm assuming you guys just pop on here. There's no dumb question. So, and this isn't a scheduled call. And yet still somehow Michelle comments first on this dang thing. I think she's stalking me. Oh, Sybil, I wish it was October. I do and I don't. I still have a lot more to prepare for you guys. I'll tell you guys now because they just signed their vendor agreement. But I'm super excited to I was going to announce it on Wine and Chat later, but Creations by Connie is going to be a vendor this year and it's going to be super cool. And she's going to have USBs and she said she's going to have exclusives, like expo exclusives, guys. So I'm stoked about that. But I'm not on here to talk about random news and stuff yet. So I'm excited. Sybil, yeah, go ahead, start driving now. We'll hang out until October. And yes, I'm already drinking. I know it's not wine and chat, but I got stressed. I'm extending St. Patty's Day by drinking Jameson. So that counts, right? Michelle says, girl, I felt like it was college class signups all over again. Yeah, trying to get the class when you needed it. Okay, I just bought my ticket and keeps kicking me to a password page. If you just bought your ticket, you're probably not a VIP pass holder. You're a standard person because we sold out on VIP tickets. Just blown away by that. So that means the classes for everybody that's not VIP will open up. It'll open up to all other ticket holders this coming Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time now. So you've got till Monday. I'm sorry, but yeah. So only VIPers are signing up this week. But if you did buy a ticket and there's classes you're worried about, you guys can always message me. I'll let you know if they're already booked up or not. And I have been trying to help everybody as much as humanly possible. So I do want everybody to get the classes that they want. There's no scheme or gimmick here where we're trying to make things look cooler than what they are. I really do want to make everybody happy. Okay. Yes. Do we have to purchase the class kits? So if you look at the class descriptions, it'll tell you whether there's a class kit or not. And then next to it, all of them will say right now that class kits will be available to purchase as long as, I don't mess something up somehow on April 1st. And no, it won't be an April Fool's Day joke, I promise. We'll have class kits available. I'll post about it and I will email about it. We just don't release class kit purchasing when classes get released, just because there's always changes. There's always people changing things, and it's just easier for everybody if the class kit purchasing gets delayed just slightly, so that you guys are like 100% in your class signups. You're all good. And then you're like, okay, I'm ready to buy my class kits. So those will come a little bit later. But you don't have to purchase your seat in the class that comes with your ticket. Unless you got a no class pass, which hence the name, you don't get to take the classes. But the vendor hall will be more interactive, and we're getting more vendors who are going to be doing make it, take it projects and things like that. So even if you get a no class pass and you can't get into the classes, the vendor hall is going to be much more interactive this year. So yes. Okay, so I'm slowly getting down to the comments. Okay. Yes, Michelle, you're stalking me. Got it. I get notifications. I take my job as hype girl seriously. Yeah, you really are hype girl. Like my little cheerleader. It's awesome. Terry Jo. Oh, hi, Terry Jo. She's making dinner and she'll be distracted. Yeah, we sold out of VIP tickets. I'm wow. And we increased the limit just slightly once because we're like, we won't hit it, but we can accommodate more people this year, for sure. But wow. And yeah. So for anybody that's just popping on, this is not a standard like wine and chat. This is, you guys just let us know if you have any questions or anything at all related to the classes going on right now, the signups, you bought your tickets or whatnot. Can we switch from a one-day class pass to a no class pass since the class I want is already booked? Yeah, just message me and I can work out that refund / repurchase situation for you. And that should work. And then just make sure, because I mean, I know you wanted to take the one class. I think I know which one it is. I think it's the Peekaboo class. There are other classes, so make sure like none of the other ones really spike your interest. And then the presentation classes, I think I got a question or two about this, and it's a little different, but the presentation-based classes that you see on the class schedule, they're in the lighter blue color. Those don't require class seat, since we don't have to reserve a certain amount of electrical and space for people's machines and stuff and glue guns or whatever the class requires. So those are like first come, first serve. We will still be managing per COVID 6-foot distancing guidelines until that doesn't exist, which we don't know where that'll be in October. So we just say for now, we're going to follow those rules. But yeah, it'll be first come, first serve into those classrooms until it's full. So yes. Sorry, I need to be clicking these. Okay, will there be an extra class for a Peekaboo pouch? As of this time, no, we don't have any plans to add an extra class for Peekaboo, just due to the availability of our teachers. We were just really lucky that Kat from All of Our Heart Designs was able to add in an extra class. Like she agreed to do the extra class on her birthday. So if anybody's taking the Visi class on Saturday, although I heard she doesn't like people singing happy birthday to her, just, make her feel extra good, even if you don't tell her happy birthday. So I hope that answers your question. As of right now, things could change, but as of right now, we have no plans to add an extra class for that. So again, ask any questions. Michelle says, yes, we definitely have to be obnoxious on her birthday. We can hum happy birthday to her. Good idea, Lauren. Let's all just sneak in her class at some point and just, here's cupcakes. Yes, Constance, me and Damien were just talking about this today, that how the turnout's coming this year and the amount of vendors we're getting this year, that even though we have the same exact space reserved for 2022, we're a little concerned. So we have our Gaylord walkthrough with our coordinator within a month. And so we're going to start talking about 2022 because, yeah, there's a chance we might have to go into the convention area instead of the atrium, even though we love the atrium area. But we don't know if there's other rooms that we're not aware of down in that area. So, yeah, we're getting bigger, and which is awesome, and I love it. So, we're definitely trying to accommodate and make sure that we can continue to grow to add to our family. She's not on here, so don't tell her I instigated it. Okay, yeah, deal. But she's gonna know it was you, Michelle. Oh, and so the other thing I want to tell you guys about the classes while I'm waiting for another question is that on the new class schedule that I posted on the little announcement about the peekaboo and the Vizzy getting added seats in that extra class. And I also reposted it on the main announcement about the classes, is that we, in the extra classroom, which is to be named soon, my patrons on Patreon are busy coming up with names, and we're going to vote on it in April. That classroom wasn't supposed to have any classes in it. So that was the other kind of thing, is we made an exception for the Vizzy because of the head count of how many people wanted to take it. It's insane. So that class is slowly filling up, but there's still plenty of seats on there. So anybody that wants Vizzy that's not in a VIP, that there's still seats there. Anyway, so that's a 24-hour open room that you guys can go and hang out in and sew and finish projects and, do whatever you want in that classroom. Not anything you want, but you know what I mean. But you can go on there in that classroom, finish projects, hang out with friends. But we always get people that are stuck on a project after a class. Maybe they didn't finish it. Not all class projects get finished in class, contrary to popular belief. And some people might have gotten stuck on a step, or they're having issues with something. So Kat is going to be our special teacher guest. And we have in the green boxes in that classroom, it's currently called Classroom D, but we're going to change the name. There is teacher help in green, and they're 2 hours on Friday and then 2 hours on Sunday, and they vary in time. You guys will have like a teacher in there who can help you answer questions and is there at your disposal, and she will help you during that time. So that's kind of like a little extra perk thing that we're trying to add for you guys. That's totally included. Okay. Okay, I have a question. Ooh, a YouTuber. Look at that. Is it required that we stay at the hotel to participate? I will be down there in my RV. No, you do not have to stay at Gaylord to come to the expo. I highly encourage it, of course, but no, you don't have to stay there. A lot of people are DVC members or pass holders and stay at Disney properties, since we are right down the street. We have a lot of people that, it's not necessarily in the budget, but if you do want to stay at the hotel, we have a special group discount rate, and you can check that out on our website, somagicalexpo.com/hotel, and that has all the information on there. And if anybody runs into issues trying to book their room, if it shows a room isn't available on a certain day, or the room you want isn't available, please message me before you book. I will help you. I have a direct contact who answers my emails fairly quickly, like less than 3 hours usually, and fixes things for me. And I will warn you on this. If you do want to stay at Gaylord or anywhere near there, I highly suggest you book your room sooner rather than later, because the week before is the 50th anniversary of Disney. So a lot of hotels are booking up already. And then there's something else going on around that time, but I'm totally blanking on what it is. So even Gaylord, I have I have our main block available, and then I have rooms available 3 days before and after, but they're a smaller amount of rooms. Those rooms were getting booked up because Gaylord was booking up. So just giving you guys fair warning. I know a lot of people wait on the hotel rooms as something to do, but they only take a one night deposit. Yes. To reserve your room. I highly suggest you guys do that sooner rather than later, even if you end up staying less days or not staying there at all. Highly suggest it. That's just, I think. But no, you don't have to stay there if you don't want to. You can come and visit us for the day. And there is a parking cost, but we get a half off parking rate for the self-parking. We don't get a discount on valet, unfortunately. Okay. Michelle says, Lord, we're all going to need wagons if we have to leave the atrium. Yeah, the convention center is a little farther back, but they're redoing the convention area and they're like adding a separate area or something to it. And it's supposed to be really neat. And I think they're supposed to be putting different parking back there, which I'm really hoping. And we will still have the closet regardless of where we're located. So, but yes, people definitely, we were in the convention center, the convention area the first year at Gaylord, and a lot of people said it was a longer walk, which is why we moved into the atrium. But yeah. Oh, Terry Joe, good idea. So magical themed wagons. I mean, I got to get cutting mats first for everybody before I get wagons, but I'm going to put it on my we'll buy eventually list. Okay. How soon before presentation class start times do you recommend we show up for that to be able to get in? This will be my first year. I'm going to sit up higher. Honestly, I couldn't tell you an answer on that. I would say maybe like, I don't want to give you an answer and it be wrong and you guys miss like a seat or something. It depends. Last year with COVID and everything, we didn't really have a high attendance amount. We definitely we have surpassed that quite a bit this year. And then the first year, there were some classes that filled up and there were some that didn't. So if you think it's like one you really want to get to, I would suggest looking at the class schedule. There's gaps in a lot of the in-between classes. Try to get there when that gap starts and, hang out around the classroom. You'll see, because all the classrooms are really close to each other, that you don't have to walk far either. So you'll see if there starts to form a line and if you need a break, mosey on over there. I hope that answers your question. I'm just here to say hi. Hello, Facebook user. I don't know if you got like all the new people on here, but if I can't see your name and it says Facebook user, it's just some weird thing Facebook does. You just have to click the link on this video at the top that says streamyard.com/Facebook. Give them permission to let me see your name. If you don't want to, that's fine too, but just FYI. Oh, Kat will for sure blame me for any and all birthday obnoxiousness. Oh yes, I count on it. Okay, let's see. You guys are talking about wagons. You guys crack me up. Hi, Lisa. Lisa's on too. If you're not, here's another question. Okay, if you're not VIP and the classes you want are already booked up, do you get a refund? If you're having issues, please message me first. We offer refunds on a case-by-case basis. We will try to work with you to get you what you need and what you really wanted. So please message me first, and we'll work through whatever we need to do to help you out. Yes, Kat can fix anything. That's what I've been told. I'm interested to see if she really can fix anything. I don't doubt her though. Yes, cutting mats. Yeah, the goal is, so last year we added the irons to the classroom, so you guys don't have to bring irons. Nobody bring irons to the expo. We got you covered. So if you think you need an iron for a class, don't bring it. We've got at least two irons per classroom. And I'm going to try to add one more per classroom. We'll see. But we're adding cutting mats into the classrooms. It'll probably be, what is this size? My computer's on mine right now. 24 by 36. is probably the size I'll put in. I'll probably try to get at least 1 to 2 in each classroom. I'm going to try. They're not cheap. So, and I like to get good ones. Yeah, so we're going to bring some of those too. We need glue guns too. Yeah, but you guys bring your own glue guns and share. I know. There's little things that we have to keep adding each year that will just make it easier on everybody. But cutting mats and irons, I feel like, are needed in every classroom all the time. Oh gosh, I hope you guys can hear me okay. Okay. Oh yeah, but if you have just jumped on, you guys can ask any questions you want. Just restating. Glue guns. What other suggestions you guys have on what we should be buying for the expo? We're getting the machine rentals, the machines to rent out. You know what I mean? Somebody was asking me about it the other day on the Patreon call. We have 5 machines. They're brother pace setters. They're a really good classroom machine, very reliable, and they're a good beginner machine that has all the basic bells and whistles you need. And there's going to be 5 available to rent, and I'm working on getting all the pricing and the information out to everybody. We're going to most likely have get like a kind of like a wait list first to figure out if 5's enough, which I'm really hoping it is. But I've already gotten a lot of comments on it about people who want to rent one. So yes, those are coming out too. Hello, welcome if you're just joining. You guys can ask any questions you have about the expo, the classes, the signups, tickets, the hotel. I found out recently, so we have a lot of newbies coming this year, which stoked about. I'm glad you guys are coming to see me. Yes, I see you. Hello. So for all my newbies, I realize there's certain things that you guys don't know about that we do that's a little different than other expos. We have something called the D-Stash Bash, which is a really fun thing. So we have that on the website and a little description about it under the exhibits tab, I think it's called. And you guys can check that out. But it's really neat. It's going to have its own room this year, and it won't be on the vendor hall. It's going to have its own room, and you guys can bring anything you want to D-Stash, and you get points for it. So for instance, if you bring a yard of fabric that you don't want anymore, you get a point. You can then take those points and buy things in the D-Stash Bash that other people have D-Stashed, and you can buy things. So last year we had some really great stuff. We had, Michelle could tell you, she got custom fabric from their it was Aladdin, and really cute stuff. And you guys can go and get essentially a yard of custom fabric for 1 point. And we had sewing machines, and we had magnifying lights, and we had glitter and scraps and ribbon and zippers and zipper tape. And we had so much stuff. And I already have probably at least 10 boxes ready to go. I have 2 sewing machines that are going to be there for sure. They're older, but I mean, if anybody likes a vintage machine, they're there. Somebody asked me to send them a picture about it, but now I'm blanking who it is. So if you're on, let me know so I can send you the picture. So you know what you're going to be looking for. Yes. Oh, here, let me click this. Okay. Hi, Lynette. Welcome. Okay. Michelle says, so excited for D-Stash Bash. I found my points receipt the other day. Yes. And if you need to know what your points are left over from last year, let me know. I keep a spreadsheet. I put in everybody's receipts. So I have all those listed, and you guys can confirm it with me as well. But here's a question, Victoria. If we live locally, is there a place where we can drop off some stuff? Yes. Message me, and I can meet you up, and I will get all your D-Stash stuff, and I will put your points into my spreadsheet prior to the expo. If you guys during the year want to get rid of stuff and you're local in Central Florida, just message me and I will take stuff off of your hands so that it can get put into the D-Stash. The cool thing is, if you want something from the D-Stash and you have nothing to D-Stash, then you can buy your points, and each point is only $1. So you can get like a yard of custom fabric for $1. It's a lot of fun, and it's really easy. You can almost get all your class supplies from D-Stash. Yeah, several people had forgot certain things. I think somebody forgot a zipper, so they ran to D-Stash Bash, and there was a slew of zippers, so they got it for like I don't remember, maybe half a point or something like that. And then we do less than 1 point. We do half points, quarter points, things like that. So we have a lot of stuff in a lot of different ranges. But yeah, a lot of people were going over there. If they forgot some fabric, or they got fabric from D-Stash, they used that maybe over something they brought. Yes, Constant got a whole box of embroidery thread, and it was a really nice thread. It was like brand new too, wasn't it? It was a good deal. Are D-Stash points the only currency in the D-Stash room? To get something from there, you have to use D-Stash points, but you can buy your D-Stash points. So 1 point equals $1. And we have like somebody that's there that kind of mans it, and they will record everything for you, and they'll take the payment if you want to, or you drop their stuff off to them and they'll calculate your points. Best thing to do with D-Stash is drop your stuff off in the morning. Even if you don't have anything till Saturday or Sunday, you guys can bring things anytime. But the best thing to do is drop it off in the morning. And we always get a huge influx on Friday morning. Bring it in the morning and then go to class. Don't wait for your points unless you see something you really want right away. Don't wait for your points, because it takes some time to tally up some things, especially when people bring entire carts of stuff, constants, or entire sewing machines that have to get evaluated. And we go through it all, and then we will record it on a receipt. And then anytime you want to come by, the receipt will be waiting for you with the person who's running the D-Stash Bash, and they'll give it to you. You just give them your name, and they'll even, like, if you brought bags or whatever, they'll put the bags to the side and they'll give them back to you and all that stuff. So yeah, highly suggest bringing it in the morning and going to class. Best thing to do. You wanted to see the machine. Okay, message me after this and remind me, because I'll forget, because my brain's going a mile in a minute, and I apologize. Message me and I will take pictures of the two machines. There's two of them. One is missing some parts, like it goes in a cabinet, and it's missing something else. I have it all listed down. We had Fabric Warehouse, a machine expert from Fabric Warehouse, come over and evaluate it for me, because I'm not a machine expert. Michelle said, I used a fat quarter for the lining that I cut incorrectly. And I think the fat quarters only cost 50, a half a point or a quarter of a point. Yep, and Lillian made her Lynn's handmade fanny pack in that class with some D-Stash fabric. And Lillian got rid of the embroidery thread, which cracks me up. Because aren't you looking for embroidery machine? Do you already have all your volunteers lined up? I had somebody else ask me this the other day. We're going to start putting out a volunteer sign up, I think in June. And we've never really had volunteers before. We have our staff that we bring. It's just we're trying to figure out how we want to do volunteering and things like that. And so if we have an application go up, it'll be in June sometime. So just keep an eye on it. And when we make that decision, we'll post about it as well on here. And yes, Constance has a great point. When she brought her huge cart of stuff, she generously wrote down everything that was in it for me, which made it very easy for us to look at that, just grab what was in there and put it where it needed to go. But also I could take that paper and write down, like I could just double check what she had, and I would write down all the points next to it, add it up, and then she could even double check it herself. So if you have a lot of things, that is very helpful. Write down what's in your big bag of stuff. Anybody else have any questions, comments, concerns? Oh, the other thing that we do is it's called the closet. We have a room set aside. So it is a little bit smaller this year than last year. I'm going to warn y'all, because the room that the closet was in last year is actually where the D-Stash Bash is going to be, because I already have enough stuff it's bigger than last year. So we needed the space. And so the closet's getting moved to another room that none of y'all saw yet. It's a new room that we have discovered. And yeah, but the closet, you can come and check your stuff in, and it's either locked during the whole time or there's somebody manning it. And if there's nobody there, you'll see us with the bright orange shirts, and you can wave one of us down. Only like 2 or 3 of us have the special key at any given time, and that it's only with our staff, but it's locked up. You guys can leave your stuff in there, go to classes, go to lunch. If you're not staying the night there, you want to leave your machine there and not carry it back to your car or your hotel room, you can do that as well. And I know somebody was asking about tips and tricks, and somebody had a good point, is they had all their classes. I saw a couple people do this. They had each class, like the stuff they were bringing for it and all that, in individual little bags inside their wagon. And then that way they could just come to the closet real quick, grab the one bag they need, and then go to that class and then keep swapping it out. Really genius. I'm scared, honestly. So I'm hoping that we don't overflow it. I think we'll make it work. I'm just concerned because Michelle's been toting about like the wagons a lot, and I think everybody's gonna get a freaking wagon this year. But we'll figure it out. And then we always have a couple tables in there. So if you don't have a wagon and you need to put your stuff on a table or under a table, so we try to like go upwards as well to make space. But yeah, it should be very interesting. Oh, this is a good idea. I had my classes in labeled gallon Ziploc bags and was perfect. Michelle, team wagon. Yeah. So if any has concerns about their classes, y'all can always reach out to me at any time. You can message me. That's an interesting idea. So wagon decorating contest needs to be a thing. Maybe we'll do like a parade. I think I saw one of you say something about a parade earlier. A wagon parade. It's how we do the send off or something. The D-Stash room will be bigger. Yes, the D-Stash room will be bigger. The D-Stash room will be where the closet was before. So that room. And we're going to have tables. So we're going to have to probably multi-layer it and put some stuff on the floor because it was a lot last year. I brought my wagon last year, but it kept it with me to haul everything around. Yeah, you did haul yours around a lot. But you also had like, you only had one arm. You had your other one in a sling. I felt so bad. Scrapbook bags on wheels sounds like they would work too. Oh, yes. A lot of people, if you don't have a wagon, they also have exactly what you said, the scrapbook bags or the bags. Like they look like carry-on bags that you can put your sewing machine in. A lot of people, if they only have one machine and just maybe a bag or two extra, they just tote that around, which is very efficient as well if you don't want an entire wagon. Yeah. Sew up project bags. Yeah, or you could be crafty, like Sybil says, and actually just sew up your project bags. Yay, Constance, that's awesome. Last PT today. That's great. So you'll be in like full swing for the expo this year. That's awesome. Yeah, Michelle says the wagons is necessary for D-Stash Bash and all the crap I buy in Vendor Hall. Yeah, Vendor Hall is going to be worse this year. We have at least 2 custom fabric people. Currently, at least 1 custom hardware person. I'm 1 embroidery design person with a potential another one on the way. I'm waiting before I can announce who they are. But if anybody does anything with blanks, like heat transfer vinyl, shirts, like anything with a Cricut, scan and cut, or silhouette. We got a really awesome vendor who is getting ready to come out. Yeah, so I'm so stoked about that one. But yeah, so vendor hall is getting really big. Stoked. Oh yeah, and then we have Be Easy coming back, and they're authorized Cricut dealers. So if anybody needs a Cricut, and then Sewing Studio will be a classroom vendor. So they're going to have embroidery machines, sergers, and scan and cuts available to buy. We may need a wagon parking like Disney stroller parking for each class. That's genius. Yeah, Gaylord's going to come up to me and be like, excuse me, ma'am, why are all these wagons here? It is what it is. Oh, and Luke can be the parking attendant. Okay, by the way, Terry Jo literally made the dinosaur craft class, which is a presentation class, but you have to go to it. But she made it like almost specifically for Luke. And Luke every now and then will randomly pop up and say, if for those who don't know, Luke's my son. And he is like So Magical Expo, like he's like my biggest fan. But he's also SME. He every now and then will ask me, he's like, Mom, when are we going to Expo again? He can't even say Expo. He said, when are we going again? I was like, my Expo? He goes, yeah, when are we going again? It's like, it's not till October. He's like, okay, can I take a class this time? I was like, well, actually, Miss Terry Jo made a dinosaur craft class. He's like, no way. And so he's super excited about that. And he's like super stoked. So that'll be awesome. Okay. Hi, just logged on. Did anyone ask if there will be room for non-VIPers to sign up for Lauren's class, or is that full? Thanks. Yeah, that's a popular question tonight. So, sorry, I was reading other questions at the same time. As of right now, her class is booked. We don't have plans currently to open up another one, but she will be in the hall, the vendor hall, on Friday and Saturday, so you guys can still meet her and all that fun stuff. And so, yeah, as of right now, we're booked up on that class. So unless some people drop out, there's always a chance that somebody drops out. You never know. But yeah, as of right now, we don't have any openings in the Peekaboo class. I apologize. So if you did buy your ticket, please message me and we can talk. Oh man, you're so right. We also have meetups and swaps on the SME page. Yeah, if you go look at So Magical, our page, not our group, we have on the events tab a growing list of events. We do random meetups that aren't hosted by me. They're hosted by you guys and your fellow crafters. And like there's the Boozy Exchange, which I'm stoked about. Suzanne. Who is going to co-host that with Suzanne? Somebody said it, and now me and Suzanne can't remember. But yeah, whoever was going to do that. We're going to have the Boozy Craft Exchange, which you should go read the rules on that. It's really cute. And you're going to make like a little bag with some booze in it. It's a grown-up thing. So under 21-year-old child to it, so I don't get in trouble. But and then we're going to do, Lillian's going to host a zipper exchange. I got to reread the rules on it, but I think we're doing zipper pulls and zipper tape, but it's like a swap meet kind of thing. That's really cool. I got to put up the rules on that one. We do early check-in / no host social on Thursday night. We are planning a Saturday night get together. That's supposed to be really fun, but we have to work through the details with Gaylord still. Hopefully we're planning on like some sort of like pool parties type thing. You don't have to swim. But some people are already saying they're going to bring something to like hand sew or crochet, I don't know, and hang around and just hang out with people. So that'll be fun. Yeah, so we have a ton of stuff. That's a lot cool. Where's the zipper pull one? Yeah, I know. I'm slacking on that. I'll do it. It's on my to-do list that I'm adding to it right now. I know. I get distracted as I'm getting right now. Okay. I'm so excited about the Blanks booth. Yes. So I'm assuming this is Lisa. Lisa's the reason why we got this vendor too. A lot of people who come to the expo go out and tell people that that are their suppliers or people they like, that like, hey, you guys should come to the expo. This is one of those. So we all should thank Lisa when we get this one. You need a wait list for Lauren Katz's class. Yeah, the problem is, okay, and this is why we don't have wait lists currently, and I'll explain this to you guys, is I don't control when you guys sign up for a class, so you guys can go in at any time. So if somebody sees that a class, like somebody comes off of the class, and like somebody else just jumps right in, it kind of defeats the purpose of the wait list, unfortunately. So one day we will have a very sophisticated scheduling system, but as of right now, it's kind of just like, keep an eye out, guys, kind of thing. So I apologize, but yeah. Oh, I did want to let you guys know, this was the other thing, is if you are a group of people, and there's a couple of reasons why we limit seats in classes. One, the biggest one right now is COVID 6-foot distancing. Even though classrooms look like they could hold a lot more people, we have to limit how many seats we have. So this one right now is 6-foot distancing. So if that starts alleviating itself, we might be able to. Part 2 is teacher restrictions. Certain classes are not meant to be, 40 people big. It just won't work. People are in a class does not work. Especially they're more hands-on, have some complicated steps along the process and things like that. So as we can, we will work around that, and we kind of have been. Some of the classes you might have seen have slowly been increasing or having some seats available randomly, and that's wise. We're trying to accommodate around that. The other part is, if you're in a group, and this is how we're not work around, but go along the 6-foot distancing rule and abide by that, is if you're in a group of people and you will sit together at the same table, because each table is 6 feet wide. So if we have one person at one table and one person at the other table, 6 feet. If you're in a group, technically the rule is, if you're in a group and you're still 6 feet apart, you're okay. Not if you're with your group and you're together, but you're 6 feet away from the other person that's not in your group. I hope I'm making sense. Then it's okay. So I know, and I've already talked to like some of my veteran SME people, is, hey, you guys usually always sit together. Are you okay sitting with each other at the same table? Some of them aren't, which is fine because they want space for their machines and stuff like that. But if you're one of those people that are willing, or like you're bringing your child and you're sharing the same machine anyway, or you just want to be right up like next to somebody, things like how to cover your shoes. You don't have a sewing machine, so you guys can sit closer together if you're in a group. If you're one of those people, please tell me that you're comfortable with that, like soon. And as long as it's within the teacher direction of how many people they're comfortable with, I can add seats. So that is like the one workaround we're trying to do to help. And I'm going through manually myself into everybody's classes, making sure nobody's double booked, nobody has overlaps that don't make sense, and things like that. So I hope I explained myself. Hope that everybody understands why we do the way we do. Oh, you think Boozy was Betty? I lied, not Betty. Oh, it was Constance. Okay, Constance, awesome. I will tell Suzanne, and I will get you added as a co-host on the event. And then you and Suzanne can get together and talk. I just packed up all our wine and booze to move. Oh, man. Well, you can still bring it later, right? I'm not the Boozy, but I signed up for it. Sounds great. Yeah, it'll be fun. I'm gonna sneak over to it. I might bring some too. Okay, classes that have kits or fees How are they paid starting on April 1st? So we have, it's similar to how you went and bought your ticket. We'll have a page on there, and it will have a list of all the class kits that'll be available and their prices. And you can go on there and go and just purchase them, and then you'll get an email receipt just like you did on your ticket. And then I feed that information back to the teacher, and they are able to go start getting all the class kits ready as as everybody starts purchasing their kits. So I hope, and the class kits are really simple. It's just the booking is not as simple. So I hope that answers your question, Victoria. Wow, you're moving in 3 weeks, and that's a lot of wine and booze, lady. I thought I was bad. Okay, good. I'm glad I answered the question. Yeah, and if anybody else has questions, please feel free to ask. There are no dumb questions, especially if you're a first timer. I think we do things just slightly different than some of the other expos, just because we like to do things the way that we think will work efficiently. Okay, I answered that one. Fantastic. All right. I'm on here more than 30 minutes. I always talk way more than I think I'm going to. The Patreon call the other night, I mean, it's supposed to go like 45 minutes to an hour. I think we were on for like almost 2 hours. We just get to talking and chatting and hanging out. So anybody that signed up for Patreon the past week, stay tuned for the next monthly call. We have a monthly Zoom call where everybody hangs out and talks and shares and stuff like that. What about live streaming non-classes? What do you mean by live streaming non-classes? Like presentation, you mean like presentation classes versus hands-on? If you clarify, I might be able to answer. Welcome to anybody that's joined on. You guys can ask any questions you want. We're here. We're hanging out. We're talking about all the things. By the way, normally on Wine and Chat, I say, what are you making? So I know this is really popular, and I'm just now getting to it, is Lynn's Handmade came out with the Purse Pal, which is a larger version of the Pocket Pal. And I don't have like the little punch for the card slots. But then I saw that you can cut it with a plotter, like a Cricut or something. And I have a Cricut, and I was too lazy to pull out my Cricut Maker because I don't use it that often because I'm trying to make that thing last. So I have my Cricut Air 2. And y'all, I cut out faux leather on that thing like it was nothing. But how cool is this? I mean, I haven't sewn this thing up yet, but this is really neat. So yeah, look how that's bright. Look how perfectly it cut those little circles out. I was just so impressed. That's what I've been playing with in my hands this whole time. Oh, live streaming. Anything but the classes. Yeah, we're. I randomly will do a live stream. I did it last year too. I randomly just got on live when our normal Wine and Chat is, I guess, on a Friday evening-ish time. And I went to the random classes. I double-checked with the teachers that they were cool with it. But I went in, everybody said, hey. We kind of looked around, saw what people are doing. So, yeah, we'll live stream random things as long as I'm not running around like a maniac. So I might give my phone to somebody and let them do it too. But yeah, it's always fun because then the people, like last year with COVID, not everybody could come. It was a way that they could feel like they were still part of it. But yeah, I'm live streaming during the expo, all for it. Ooh. When does the coupon end? I got it. Oh, I need like 4, 5. I need like 10. Is it still going to cost me $1 bajillion? Oh, and then Lisa says she's okay if we stream the 3D printing class. Yeah, we did that last year, and everybody seemed to enjoy that, especially for the people that couldn't come. So yeah, as long as the teacher's okay with it, we'll only do like 1 or 2, just because we don't want it to be unfair to the people that did buy their tickets and are there to, you know, to participate and stuff. But, you know, 1 class here and there hurts nobody. I used a hole punch that came with the snap kit for the Pocket Pal. Ooh, that's smart. I don't know, but my Cricut cut it so quick though, Lynette. It was awesome. I don't think I'm going to look back. Oh, and then Lillian asked, how many passes did the Cricut take? I have an Explorer 1. It did 1. I put it on the custom setting, the faux leather setting, and then I increased the pressure to more pressure, and I did it 1 pass, no issues. You just got to do it on the pink fabric mat. That's it. I would like presentations recorded if possible. Okay. That was Lindsay's that asked, I would like presentations recorded if possible. Yeah, every now and then it's not too bad because I'll go sit there and do it. I think that's like another expansion idea for So Magical, because then we could have cameras as teachers are comfortable, and record the classes, the presentation ones, so that if you're So Magical, this is an idea we had before. If you're So Magical Expo ticket holder, we'll have like a special website that you can enter your ticket, and then you can go and watch presentations later if you couldn't see them before. That's an idea we've had. We just don't have the capability to buy a couple cameras and hire somebody to sit there. But we do have a videographer that comes now, Anthony, who is teamed up with Art. And so Art's our photographer. So we do get random clips and video. So if you guys go on the main website homepage, you guys can see that there's the recap video from last year. Anthony put that together. Our little commercial or the interview we did last year, that is Anthony. So we're talking about what little thing we're going to put together for this year. We want to do something. We're just not sure what. If anybody has some creative ideas, what would be cool, let me know. We're gonna have like a special fashion show video this year, I think, for sure. Michelle says, I'll steal your phone. I don't know if I trust you, stalker girl, with my phone. Okay, what about us, the participants, being able to do it? Oh, if you want to live stream, yeah, I have no problem with that. As long as if you want to live stream, don't live stream the whole class. And then if you want to do just clips here and there, or like, oh, you said you didn't want to do the classes anyway. But yeah, if you want to live stream around the expo and things like that, I'm all for it. I love the idea of people that aren't able to come becoming more aware about what goes on at the expo and stuff. So yeah, if you want to go around the vendor hall, the inspiration hall, the fashion show, whatever you like, all those areas, I'm all for it. The D-Stash Bash, do it. Saturday. My comments are behind. Why are we yelling Saturday? Do you want presentations recorded on Saturday? Vendor areas and other things. Okay, see, I'm catching up to the comments. Yes, yeah, you can live stream them. Participants are more than welcome to. And then I want a special hashtag for this year. So all you cool social media people that are good at this stuff, come up with a hashtag. Who had the idea last year? I think maybe it was Michelle, to say that we should get a special Snapchat filter. I looked into that. Do y'all know how expensive it is to get a Snapchat filter, especially if your event is near Disney? It's insane. It's insane. Oh, the coupon ends on Saturday. I am so slow. Hey, thanks, Lindsay. I appreciate it. Okay, so I need to go price up cutting mats by Saturday. Got it. It was you, Michelle. Yeah, it was a cool idea. Oh my God, so expensive. Yeah, it was like $250 a day. And so if I wanted to have it on all 3 days, it was going to cost almost like $1,000. So we're just going to do a hashtag instead. So if you guys want to come up with a special So Magical Expo hashtag, that'd be cool. And then you can always tag us on our page or we have Instagram, YouTube. Although the YouTubes are just these lives recorded and put on there. And then randomly I'll put like how-to videos, like how to sign up for classes and stuff. Ooh. Hello from England. How's it going? We got somebody from England. I saw somebody the other day sign up to the group who was from Australia. It just amazes me when people from not Florida, California, and Texas and Alabama know about the expo. It just blows my mind. Hashtag SME 2021. That's simple and easy. I like that. Okay, yeah, Lindsay, I agree. The only people who get access to the videos should be the people who paid. Yeah, it would be like something that you get as part of your ticket perk, I guess, if that makes sense. And it would be like a special login. And then Lynette says a special ticket here. I know not everybody can see these. A special ticket for people who can't come in just to watch the presentation, something for the future. Yeah, I think that's what Lindsay was saying. And I love the idea. Sorry, I got a poopy comment, so I took them off. Yes. Yeah, it'll be something I think for future expansion for sure. We have a long list of those things, but that's why we have Patreon to help slowly start doing those things and continuously growing and doing things that other people are really wanting us to continue to add. All right, anybody got any questions, comments, concerns, suggestions, yada, yada? And now we're going on an hour. You guys get me talking. Is there anything else that I should be telling the newbies, guys? We talked about the closet, the D-Sash Bash. Those are two unique things. We have a fashion show. I mean, a lot of expos have fashion shows, but you can enter anything, and it's contest-based. People in the audience vote. And I'm sorry, I'm getting distracted by comments, but come prepared. Yeah. The fashion show. Yeah. So the fashion show is contest based. You can enter ahead of time. We put them in categories, but you can walk accessories down. You can walk, we've had people walk quilts down. It can be a costume, a cosplay, leisure wear, all sorts of things like that. And they're a lot of fun. We get a lot of unique things and makes go down the aisle, and it's a lot of fun. But this year is really cool. We're going to be in the fort inside the atrium, which is just like next level. Okay. Ooh, I'm getting so. Oh yeah, bring in that advice to the newbies. Let's hear it. Okay. So first one is Michelle says, "Come prepared." LOL. Organization is key. I would say yes. Organization with your supplies and your class kits and all that stuff. Key. Agreed. Bring a jacket, newbies. It's cold. Yeah. I know everybody's like internal temperature. Like I'm in shorts or leggings and a t-shirt, but that's because I'm running around. But if you guys get cold, bring a jacket. We only got complaints about the room being warm once. And then we asked them to turn it down, and then it went the complete opposite, and it was freezing. So yes, bring a jacket. If a class is not full, can we peek in on it, not disturb them if we're not signed up for it? Probably. Presentation class, yes, for sure. Hands-on classes, we'll see as we get closer how if 6 foot distancing is less of a thing, or if the classes aren't fully booked, which I have a sneaking suspicion that we're going to be fully booked on most classes. But yeah, if you're not going to actually make anything and you kind of want to stand in the back of the room, as long as we don't have like 10 people standing in the back of the room, you should be okay. But I would say feel it out, make the right judgment. You guys know what to do. Terry Joe says snacks and a bottled water. Totally agree. There's water fountains, although most water fountains aren't working right now because of COVID, but bottles of water are great. And there's also right next to the vendor hall area in the check-in table is a coffee place. So I know for a fact you can bring a jug of water over there and they'll fill it up for you too. So that's a good way. Snacks are key because most of Gaylord should be open. All of Gaylord should be open again by the time we get there. But this past year, some things were shut down because they were just reopening up a couple months prior. Everybody say hi to Zeus. Say hi, Zeusy. Come here. You want to say hi? Say hi to the people. But yeah, and it is near Disney. So think Disney touristy pricings on like the restaurants, hotels, and things like that. So we are not allowed to bring outside food and beverage in. We only supply coffee and hot water and tea bags and stuff like that. That's all we provide for free. But everything else is, there's a coffee place, there's some lunch places, you can do quick dining and stuff, but snacks, fantastic idea. Oh, great. Now he wants out. Give me 1 second. Here's another tip for you to read while I'm going. Yes, sir. Oh, ignore my Sophie's, guys. Sorry. Okay, tip. If you cut your pattern pieces, do it before class. You'll lose time cutting cuts. Yes, and there's several classes. If you read the class description, it clearly states have your pieces cut prior to the class. The biggest one being the Visi class, because it is a convertible crossbody backpack situation. You're going to need more time to assemble it and everything. So the best thing to do is have your pattern pieces cut ahead of time and ready to go. Read the class descriptions and make sure that the teacher is not requiring it. But Lillian's correct. If you have the pattern or you can get it ahead of time, it's the best thing to do, because especially if you're not like a super sewer, like there's certain people that they have no problem and they can make 2 bags in that class time. But if you know that maybe this is something you've never made before, or it's there's a skill in there that might take you a little longer, you're going to want that time, especially with the teacher. So if there's something you can help move that time along, highly do it. Highly suggest doing it. There you go. Lillian, that's tricky because you don't know which ticket they bought. Oh, for the class comment. Got it. Yeah, so I know what ticket they bought. So if you guys haven't noticed, if you look at your badges that you got, your badges are different colors. VIPs have one color. All weekenders have another color. One-day passes each have a different color on them based upon what day they bought their ticket. And if there are no class pass, they have wristbands and not a badge. So, haha, Michelle, there is a way to know where they belong. But again, I don't think that's like super common knowledge, but me and my staff know, so we know what to look out for. Okay. Am I only able to attend for one day with all the same vendors be there for all 3 days? Oh, I'm only able to attend for one day. So currently all the vendors will be there all days except for Laura Mormino with Mormino. She will only be there on Friday and Saturday. So if you can only come one day, I would suggest it be Friday or Saturday, because Sunday we will probably have one less person. However, if you do a no class pass, it technically gets you into the fashion show, which is on Saturday. Technically gets you into the raffle, which is only currently planned for Sunday. And then, yeah, so just kind of try to figure out what makes more sense to you. Suzanne said the same thing. Plan ahead, cut your pattern if you have it, or make sure you have all your supplies before class. Hey, Suzanne, we figured out who the other Boozy Craft Exchange co-host was. It's Constance. She's also on here. So I'm going to add her, but you and Constance should hook up and talk about the deets on the Boozy Exchange. Use your Cricut, scan and cut, or Cameo to cut your fabric. It's a good idea too. Hence the little thing I made, which is awesome. For the Visi class. That's it, Constance. Ha! I asked Suzanne, I asked earlier if anybody knew who it was, and Constance said, that was me. Oh, thank God. Okay, any other tips, tricks for the newbies? Lori asked, what time is the raffle on Sunday? I think I currently have it scheduled for 5:30. I'll have to go double check, but I'm almost positive it's 5:30. Hi, Lori, by the way. I didn't see you pop on, so I don't know how long you've been here, but hi, welcome. Victoria wants to know, she just got the Cricut, and how do you cut your fabric on it? Some patterns come with SVG files, some don't. So if you have a pattern that has SVG files, you can. Actually, I don't know. Does the Visi? I didn't think the Visi did. If it does, then that's great, because I need to cut mine out with that. But yeah, like, so Victoria, like patterns from Lynn's Handmade Designs, she does SVG files or cut files with some of her patterns, like the Pocket Pal, the Purse Pal. I want to say she did one more. Oh, the H2O2 Go has it now, which you got to buy it separate, but I'm getting ready to buy it because I don't want to cut the fabric anymore now that I figured out how to do this. We're going over an hour, but anybody have any other tips for the newbies, questions, anything that we should bring up? This was not a wine and chat. This was just random chat time. I swore it was only going to be 30 minutes long. No other questions, guys? I'm just sitting here waiting for a comment to pop up. If y'all don't have any other questions, you guys, again, can always message me privately. If I told you to message me today, message me at some point. I may not answer you tonight because it's a little late. It's past my bedtime. And but yeah, so you guys can definitely message me and I'll get back to you. It's usually within a few hours, unless it's after like 8 o'clock at night. Or before 4 in the morning. Ooh, Lori's got a good point. Comfortable shoes. I'm normally always in flip-flops, but for the expo, I wear nothing but tennis shoes. So yes, awesomeness. Yeah, and if you're a non-VIPer and you're concerned about classes, please message me and we will talk about solutions. Comfortable shoes are a must. What else? A jacket. I like the jacket idea. Snacks, bottles of water. Yeah, especially if you like certain drinks and stuff, definitely bring those. But we do have the coffee. Oh, and this year we're going to have our own special sewing medical kit because we had 2 instances this past year where we had to go get our guy that refills our coffee and stuff. We had to go ask him to go in the back and go find Band-Aids because people had like little sewing incidences. One was with a needle and one was with scissors. I think starting at the host hotel makes things easier. I think she's saying if you stay at Gaylord, it's easier. Totally agree. But not everybody does. But we make it work. Yeah, Lori, you came on late, but we had like a whole conversation about wagons. Michelle wants to have a wagon parade. But yes, and we're a little worried about how many wagons are going to come. So everybody said that Luke should be the parking attendant, like the stroller parking attendants at Disney to park all the wagons. Yeah, I figured you meant staying, Suzanne. Yes, and then if you stay at the hotel too, the perk is I get to see you walk around randomly at night because I can't sleep or I'm still working. I think I ran into Suzanne one night. She was wearing her leggings she made last year in the Tempo Tights class, and I don't remember what I was doing. I was walking around doing something, and I ran into her. I ran into random people. The ladies at Fabric Warehouse. I ran into them 3 times in like an hour, and I swear they were following us. They went to the same place for dinner, which isn't hard to do. And then we saw them at snack time, and then another time. It was really funny. So yeah, that's the perk is you get to hang out with people in the hotel. But teach their own. Okay, any other tips, tricks, and is there? I think I had one more thing. I just don't remember what it is now. All right, y'all. Unless you got anything else. Some classes have opened up seats. Some have booked out. Just look at the listings on the Book Your Classes site, which will open up. It won't have a password anymore starting at this coming Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. The password will go away, and anybody with a ticket will be able to sign up at that point. And then, so just keep an eye on things. Some people drop out for whatever reason. Some people move classes around. So every now and then check on it. See if there's something on there that you didn't sign up for that you wanted. And again, if you're part of a group, please message me if you're willing to sit with a person instead of having your own separate table, especially if you're bringing a kid and you're sharing a machine. Oh, other thing that is really important, and I haven't finished going through all the lists yet, but if you're bringing a child who is under the age of 14 and you're in the sewing studio classes, so that's the 2 in the hoop hand sanitizer classes, the Kimberbell applique bag / scan and collect class, or the serger classes, which is the round napkin, Christmas tree, and the infinity scarf. If you're in any of those classes and you have a kid that's under the age of 14, they can't be on their own machine per the sewing studio rules. It's something they do at their store. So we're abiding by those rules that they're comfortable with. You just have to share one machine and you'll just buy one class kit and you guys will make it together instead of having your own separate machines. So if that's the case and you fall in that category, I'm going to be going through, I know who has kids tickets, and I'll just go through and confirm whether that child is over the age of 14 or under, and then we'll sort through it at that point. But if you know that ahead of time, you let me know. You get it. Oh, Lillian. Okay, Lillian asked how many attendees so far this year. Okay, I go back and forth whether or not I should share this information, but I don't see the reason why not, because you guys are going to figure it out eventually anyway. So as of right now, we're over 100. I'll leave it at that. We're over 100 tickets sold. And usually we have an uptick right around now. So we did have our uptick, which is right before classes open and during class week. And then we always have an uptick the month before the expo for like really last minute people. And if we get certain vendors that come, which I think we'll get a couple more pretty interesting big name vendors, we'll probably get an uptick of tickets then as well. So that's why I say I really do expect classes to fully book out this year. I don't expect there to be spaces in classes by the time we get to the expo. And yeah, so excited about that. And I'm sorry, I'm itching my nose. The allergies are like, the pollen's really bad in Orlando right now. But yeah, so highly expect it. We're already getting ready to, we've already highly surpassed what we did last year, and just about to surpass what we did in the first year. And yes, I'm blown away. So again, if you guys have friends, family, whoever wants to come out and come join us, please tell them to book their tickets sooner rather than later. Oh, yay. I'm glad you're coming. Yeah, a lot of people found out about us later on, but I'm glad people have found out about us and they're wanting to come out now, especially now that things are starting to get, you know, less scary for everybody. Tip: Grubhub delivers to the rooms if you don't want to leave to eat. You don't want food in the hotel. Ooh, I did not know that. I had no idea. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I know they do like delivery to your room, like room service, but they also had pickup at one of the restaurants as well if you didn't want to go eat somewhere. But that's good to know, because I'm sure Grubhub is probably slightly cheaper. So if we know someone who wants to take the same class, we can sit closer. Okay, well, if they're signed up in the class currently, yes, you guys can sit closer. If you have somebody already in the class, please message me first and we can talk. But I'm talking more along the lines, if you both already got a class seat and you're willing to sit closer together rather than 6 feet apart at two separate tables, especially if it's a crafting based class, like how to cover your shoes, things that are smaller that don't require as much space. Obviously, things like the 18 things that require, you know, the quilt classes, things that require a lot more space, we're still going to probably continue to keep that space there because it just makes more sense for efficiency and everybody's comfort. But if on other classes you're willing to sit closer, if it's something smaller, please let us know. And yes, that would be great. Oh, good to know. Fun medical fact of the day: starting Monday, Orange County is allowing 40 and under to get the vaccine. Anything else, y'all? If you guys don't notice, my Haunted Mansion is slowly dying. It's this like powder coating on here. But then again, I've had this like vinyl on here for like 6 years, and I put it in the dishwasher like like you're not supposed to. Okay. If there are no other questions, I see the count slowly dying down on number of people. I'll go ahead and I'll drop off for the night unless you guys have anything else. Oh, one more thing. Is anybody going to OSQE tomorrow? Original Sewing and Quilting Expo? I just looked over and I saw my little flyer sitting here. It's in Lakeland, Florida. It's like an hour drive for me. I think I'm going to be going tomorrow first thing in the morning. I like to go because I like to poach vendors there. And last time I went, I won a raffle, surprisingly. But yeah, so if anybody's going to be going, I'm going to be going tomorrow morning. They open at 10, so I'm going to try to be around 10. I'll probably be there for a couple hours talking to the vendors, and then, of course, visiting my favorite people over at Sewing Studio and at Fabric Warehouse, who have been our vendors ever since the first year. Yes, Sybil, you can go there just for the vendor hall. They're a different expo than us. They focus more on the vendors than they do the classes. There's not as many classes as what we host. Not that I believe. But yeah, you can go there just for the vendor hall, which is essentially why I'm going there. And it's cheaper if you buy it online. I don't remember the ticket cost. It's like $10 to park. It's $10 to park. And I think last time it was like $8 at the door. Don't quote me though. And then, yeah, there's a lot of, I mean, there was even a lot of vendors when I went last year, but this year there's supposed to be more. Oh yeah, here, I'll hold it up for you if you don't know what this is. It's a larger expo. They have this expo at like 6 or 7 different locations in the US throughout the year. I mean, it's goals. One day we're going to have SME at different states all over every year. But this one's in Lakeland, so I'm going to be there tomorrow morning if you guys want to come hang out with me. I always like to support other expos, and plus it helps me get ideas of what I should do next. Like I like the idea of having the stage in the vendor hall area where vendors can go up and talk about their stuff for a little bit. So something, if we don't book our vendor hall up, we might try to do that as well. You know, fun stuff. Yes, Lori, I need to get a new sandblasted cup. I need to put in my order with you. So Sybil, yes, you can go there just to check out the vendor hall, and they have some really neat stuff there, and they have really good expo deals. Oh, hi, Kayla. Kayla is, when we went to high school, she owns 3 Magnolia Studio. We went to high school together, and we were in band together, and she is my height. And so we were K-squared all through high school. We were like best buddies. And then we recently reconnected, coincidentally through Terry Jo. We had no idea we knew each other through her. So that was really funny. Yeah, Sybil, if you don't want to buy fabric, don't go to that expo. There's a lot of fabric there. Okay. Question. Sewing Studio, dying to go there. Will it take more than an hour to tour that place? Need to visit before the expo. Okay. If you mean, will it take an hour to tour the OSQE? Yes, especially if you like to look at everything. If I don't know, to me, I was stopping and talking to every single vendor back when they didn't have as many vendors and they were only in an area. And I went there at the same time Fran did, so she went with me, and I talked to half the vendors maybe, and I was there for at least 3 hours. But I was talking a lot too, so yeah, you could definitely, like, even if you just like window shop past all of them, I think it would take you about an hour to give you an idea. So I think it's worth the drive, honestly. Sewing is a small sewing store, but they have a lot of fabric in one place, and everybody there is super friendly. So Sewing Studio, you can do in an hour too. I'm gonna go when they open. I'm planning to get there probably around 10:30 and stay for a couple hours. So we should definitely, yeah. If you guys are gonna be there, message me while you're there and come say hi to me. I'll have my So Magical Expo mask, even though I think I lost it, but I should find it. I'll have it. And I'll be wearing a neon orange So Magical Expo shirt because why not? All right, I keep saying I'm going to get off and I don't get off. Oh yeah, so come out to OSQE, come hang out, come support another expo and all the local Floridian vendors. There's a lot of out-of-state vendors that come to this too, and there's some really interesting ones. There's really good machine deals, and there are classes. I don't know if the classes are all booked up or not, but they do have classes typically. I don't know about you guys, but there's not many that I would want to take. But that's why I created my own expo, so I could create classes that I would want to take that I still can't take. So anyway, y'all have any more questions? I'm gonna get off now, and I'm going to go chill out before bed. Message me. Let me know if you have any questions. I hope you all have a fantastic night, and hopefully I'll see you guys at OSQE tomorrow. And if not, I'm going to try to do a wine and chat on Saturday. That's an official wine and chat. So y'all have a great night. I will talk to y'all later. Bye, guys.